Good evening, everyone. Tonight, we're going to talk about hand evaluation. And it's just like the stock market. It fluctuates up and down, improves or goes down, depending on whether you fit or you don't fit. When we start playing bridge, we always count long suits, but you cannot count short edge and long suits at the same time. You either count one or the other, and opening a hand, we usually count length. Length takes precedence. When you find a fit, then you stop thinking of length and you go into short edge, where you reevaluate your hand. So hand evaluation is really dynamic. I mean, it just is amazing what you can do by looking at cards that work for you. Everything depends on what the opponent's bid, if you've got wasted values in their suit, or you have very good values in your partner's suit. So I'm going to share the screen with you, and we're going to look at hand number 3 as our first hand in hand evaluation. And then you can ask me all the questions you'd like to ask. I was looking at a hand 11, so let me get out of here and get back to hand number 3. Okay. We'll go over the bidding and the judgment as to why we would bid it the way we do it. Right, South is going to open this hand 1 heart. And there's going to be an overcall of 1 spade. North is going to bid 2 hearts. And East is going to bid 2 spades. Now, I want to talk about how important it is that the minute the opponents support each other, you know for sure, sitting with 4 baby spades in your hand, that if the one has got 5 and the other has 3 is 8, and you've got 4 is 12, your partner either has a singleton or a void in spades. You have a singleton club. If we've each got a singleton, this could be an amazing hand where we could either cross rough or we wouldn't have many losers. But I'm looking at 2 diamond losers. So looking at the diamond suit, I'm going to bid 3 diamonds. And 3 diamonds is asking for help in diamonds. You know, partner, I don't need help in spades. I don't need help in clubs. But if you can help me in diamonds, I would like to be in game. Now, looking at the north hand, if the points were in the club suit and you had no points in the diamond suit, you would just bid 3 hearts. But having your points in the suit that partner asked you for help, you will bid 4 hearts. We don't look at points anymore. Partner said to you, I'm interested in game, and I need to know if you can help me in diamonds. I'm looking at 2 diamond losers. And if you remember, going back a few months ago, we did help suit game tries. And on this hand, you would definitely want to do that. When you have 6 losers in the hand as an opener, I have 1 heart loser, the queen. I have 3 spades, that's 4. Looking at the king of diamonds missing is 5. And looking at the club is 6. Anytime you have 6 losers, you should make an invitation to game. And my only invitation is never bidding 3 hearts. That means nothing. I want to find out if my partner's cards work for me. And we bid 4 hearts. Are there any questions on this hand before we begin? All on the bidding.
I have a question.
Yes.
Why would the 3 diamonds not be a Q bid? Because you've already agreed on hearts.
Because Q bids only take place when we're going into game.
When
we're out of game. We're at the 2 level. We don't Q bid at the 2 level.
We Q bid only after the 4 level?
After the 3 level, which is committed to game.
Got it. Thank you. That helps.
So when you're committed to game, they're all Q bids. When you're not in game, they're all help suit, game tries.
So Linda, they're exactly the opposite then. Once you're committed to game, they're showing control. When you're not,
Correct.
when you're under the game level, you're asking for help. You're as
Correct.
opposed to
That is
showing it. Got it.
correct.
Got it.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
you can still stop in 3 hearts when you're not in game.
Yeah.
So you can still stay out of it. As I said, if we switch the diamonds and clubs around in the north hand, you don't want to be in 4 hearts because the points in clubs are useless opposite a singleton. But having the points in the suit you've asked for help is a great asset. We don't look at points in this game. We look at tricks and cards that work for us. So on this hand, we're going to look and get the lead of the ace of spades.
Can I have a question about the bid first?
Yes, please.
Why didn't East West go with their spades?
Because on the law of total tricks, they cannot go to the 311 unless they have 9 trumps between them. We play the law of total tricks according to the number of trumps we hold. If we had 4 trumps in the east hand, there would be a 3 spades before we knew where we were. That's why we don't go to the 3 level. We bid according to the law, to the level of how many trumps between the 2 hands.
But doesn't North and South have the same amount of trump?
Yes, but they do, but they're the ones that open the bidding. They're just overcalling. There's a big difference between an overcall and the one that opens the hand.
Got it. So the overcaller needed 4.
Exactly.
Got it.
And
Okay.
that would be
Thank
weak
you.
with the 4-card spade support. They wouldn't bid 2, they would have bid 3 already
Yeah.
to block them out quickly.
Yeah. Got
So
it.
if East had 4 spades, the bidding would go 1 heart, 1 spade, 2 hearts, 3 spades straight away and not give them space to do anything. Partner, we've got 9 trumps. Let's make it hard for them. And that's what I would do if I had 4 spades. Too much bidding at the table. Does that solve your problem? That resolves your problem, right?
I understand. Yep. Thank you.
Good.
Could you repeat that bidding again, please, Linda?
1 heart by south, 1 spade by west, 2 hearts by north, 2 spades by east, 3 diamonds is a help suit game try. Partner, I don't need help in spades. I know you're short. I don't need help in clubs, but I do need help in diamonds. I have at least 3 cards in the suit and at least 2 losers. And partner's got help in diamonds. Once you have help in diamonds, we don't look at points anymore. You just bid 4 hearts. If your clubs and diamonds were reversed, you would shut out at 3 hearts over 3 diamonds. Okay?
Thank you.
Now, looking at the hand, we're looking at 3 spade losers from the hand that's got the long trumps. We're looking at no diamond losers, and we're looking at 1 club loser. So when they lead the spade, they're going to see that there are no more spades in dummy. They are going to switch to a club automatically. And they're going to win the ace. And they don't know that declarer's got a singleton. And they're going to come back a club. And you're going to rough it. Now, it's your duty to rough your losers with the short trumps in the dummy, everybody. Very, very important. Because the hand you're setting up is usually your hand. Now, we know that the 4th diamond can take care of 1 spade loser. You've got 4 in the dummy and 3 in your hand. So let's rough 1 spade with the short trumps in dummy. Always rough with short trumps in dummy. Now you need to get back to your hand to trump 1 more spade. You've got 2 ways of getting back to your hand. You can either get back with the trump because the queen and the 10 of hearts are the same as the ace, the king, and the jack. So we can do that, or we're not going to shorten ourselves. No ways are we going to rough a club. We never rough with long trumps, ever. Or we go back with the diamond. So let's play 1 diamond, okay? I don't think anyone will rough the 1st diamond. And we're going to take a spade. Very easy. And you're going to ruff it with the 10 or the queen of hearts at the same value. Now, I know that that 8 of spades can go away on my 4th diamond. Now I'm going to draw the children off the streets. 10 of hearts. Little heart. Ace of hearts. 2 of hearts. Now I play the king. Hopefully they're 3-2, and if they're not, it doesn't matter. I've got enough good hearts. And I play the jack. Throw the club away. Now all the hearts have gone. If they didn't break, we could still play the 9 of hearts and throw the 10 of clubs away. Now we play the high card from the short side first. Queen of diamonds. Two of diamonds. And on the jack of diamonds, we can throw the last spade away. And now we can make the rest of the tricks. We make 11 tricks. All because we ruffed with the short trumps in the dummy. Any questions on this hand, everybody? It's all a matter of listening to the opponents. Many opponents drive me into game. The more they support each other, the stronger my hand becomes. Now I know my partner's short. And that is what happens here. If I didn't get support, I might be looking at 3 spade losers. But once they supported each other, I could now reevaluate my hand, knowing that my partner has 1 spade or no spades, and I have a singleton club. So my hand gets much stronger. Any questions on this hand? None? Everyone's happy with it?
I have one.
Yes.
When you played this, you took only 1 round of diamonds, I think, before drawing the rest of the trump.
Correct.
Why, when do you, I mean, isn't the likelihood at worst a 4-2 break? Why wouldn't you do 2 rounds of diamonds and have, so your trump are all so high, particularly if you didn't have ace, king, queen, jack, 10, 9, how do you evaluate whether to go for the trumps that might not be boss versus a split?
Well, the thing is that I know that for sure, if I had to use my diamonds as my taxi, as my transport to get back to my hand, I would have to do that. But once I knew the trumps were all the same value, I had no problem. The diamonds as my vehicle to get backwards and forwards. But if I could leave it off and use my trumps, I'd rather do that. It's safer. But if I didn't have such good trumps, I would have had to use my diamonds as my vehicle to get backwards and forwards. That would be my taxi to my hand. Never shorten your hand with the long trumps. Does that answer your question, Art?
Yes.
I hope so. I have to use the diamonds if the trumps aren't that good. But I was lucky. Very lucky.
Right.
Okay? But the thing is getting to game. I don't know how many of you would be in game. You've only got 6 points there, and this hand's only got 14. But it's all a matter of when you, the less points you have in the suits they overcall or bid, the stronger your hand becomes. The more points you have in the overcalled suit, the worse your hand becomes. And that's why I said it's just like the stock market. It goes up, it goes down. You have to work out who's where, left side, right side, who's bidding, are my cards working? And that's what we do all the time. Let's look at hand number 6. Okay, I think East opens 1 diamond. Pass by South. 1 spade by West. Now, I don't want you getting busy on the other hand. I don't think you should be getting busy in that seat. It's a very dangerous seat to get in the indirect seat. If you have to show the other 2 suits, you would either have a weak hand or a strong hand. Now, I would never be coming in the bidding at this stage. If you want to show 5-5 or 6-5 on that hand, you'd have to bid 2 no trump. 2 no trump would say, I'm weak with 5-5 in the other 2 suits. But for this hand, let's pass. East now has a singleton club and re-evaluates his hand. Originally, we don't count singletons, but the minute we know we're going to become the dummy, we upgrade the hand with 4-card support. So this hand becomes a medium range hand. You've got only 13 high card points on this hand. But if you add 3 for your singleton club, you're now in the middle of the range called the medium range. So you can't bid 2 spades, you must jump to 3 spades and tell partner, hey partner, I'm in the medium range hand. Now it's a matter of hand evaluation. Partner took you for 4 spades. Remember, I've told you before in the past, for every card over 4 that partner never expected you to have, I like to add 3 imaginary points. So my 8 high card points, 1 for the doubleton is 9. My partner's invited me to game, which is 9 and 16 is 25. And I have that extra trump, so I might as well bid the game and go to 4 spades, only on those points. And that is how you reevaluate the hand. The longer the trumps are, the better your hand becomes. I want to know about a question on this hand before we play it.
I have a question.
Yes.
Okay, this north, was there maybe a Michelson's Q bid there?
And no, it's called the unusual no trump. The bidding goes 1 diamond, 1 spade, and if you want to bid the other 2 suits, you bid 2 no trump for the unbid suits.
Thank you.
We bid diamonds and spades, that shows hearts and clubs, and it shows 10 or 11 cards in those 2 suits. 10 or 11 cards in those 2 suits. So partner's got a lovely club fit, and you're not vulnerable against vulnerable. So if you wanted to sacrifice, because of the favorable vulnerability, 2 no trump is a pretty good bid. If you want to tell partner, these are my 10 or 11 cards. If you think we could sacrifice against their contract, let's do that. So they're going to have no club losers, no diamond losers, and all they're going to lose are 2 spades and 2 hearts, and they're going to go down 2 in 5 diamond, 5 in 5 clubs, which is a very good save, even if you doubled, because they're going to make a vulnerable game. But you must be very careful of being in the 4th seat. This is the 4th seat. It's called this indirect seat, where the opener can have up to 21 points. But if you want to be frisky and you're not vulnerable against vulnerable, this is a bidder's game. That is entirely up to you. You like it? Everybody, you like that hand?
Linda, if
Yeah.
we had ended up in 5 clubs, which we almost did,
Huh?
and if we had ended up in 5 clubs and it had gotten doubled, would it still have been worth the sacrifice?
Yes, it is. You're only going down 2 for 300. And
Okay.
even if you went down 3 for 500, it's better than making 620.
Yep.
So let's look at the play of the hand. It's
Thank
very
you.
important how we play the hand. We're going to get the lead of the jack of hearts. And before we play the hand, we have to look at the hand with the long trumps. We've got no spade losers. We have no heart losers. We're looking at 3 club losers and 2 diamond losers. The only way we can eliminate those losers is to look at dummy and see if dummy can help you. And having a singleton club, we need to start roughing out those clubs. So we're not going to win in our hand. Remember, second hand low only applies to the defenders, not to declarer. You should win the king of hearts in the dummy. So you'll have a taxi back to your hand to ruff your clubs. Now you're going to play that 5 of clubs. I don't want you to do anything else but get rid of that 5 of clubs. Okay? And what are they going to come back? A heart, maybe, or a trump. We don't mind which one. So let's say they're going to come back a trump or a heart. They come back a heart, you're in the right hand. That's where you want to be. You may ruff the third heart. Now you want to ruff a club. Now take your club and you're going to ruff the club. Now you can't get back to your hand with a heart because they're going to trump it.
Okay.
So we have a problem, but we've got to get back to our hand. And the only way we're going to get back is with the jack of spades. Maybe we should
Okay.
never ruff it with the 5, but it doesn't matter. It's better to ruff it with the ace. Let's do it with the ace. It'll be much safer. Let's ruff it with the ace of spades.
Okay.
Okay? They're all the same value. Now you want to get back to your hand. So let's take the 5 of spades
I'll take it with the
to the
9.
9. And take your 9 of clubs and ruff it with the king of spades, everybody, to unblock. Now we've taken care of our club losers. Now we can play the jack of spades. We don't know if they're breaking. Put the queen on the jack because the 10 is the same value.
Okay.
And if they didn't break, the 10 would draw the last one. And all you lose now are 2 diamond tricks and you make the game. That's it. You're losing the 2 diamond tricks.
Okay. 'Cause you had it.
And now you can claim. Did everybody get to game on board 6? We need to reevaluate everyone. And this is a big problem in bridge, that a lot of people don't reevaluate. You upgrade when you fit, you downgrade when you don't fit. Did
What
everyone
about what about a king, the singleton king lead from north? You don't like to lead a
Why would
king-
we ever lead it if they open the suit? I don't
Oh,
think
okay,
we'd ever
because they
lead a
bid the suit?
singleton.
Okay.
And
Could we
also,
be setting up their suit?
also,
Yeah.
even if they hadn't opened the suit, you might make the king. You don't know where the ace is.
Okay.
I would never lead a singleton king unless my partner bid the suit.
Okay. Thank
It
you.
could be very dangerous, don't you think? I think so.
Yeah, it could. It could set up more tricks for them. Yeah.
Exactly. I would never lead a singleton king. Okay? Any other questions on this hand? It's a very interesting hand from the point of view of sacrificing, not vol against vol. Showing those 2 suits. Okay? It's called the unusual no trump. 10 cards or 11 cards. Never less than that. All right. We're going to go into hand number 9. A lot of these hands that I've put in here that you played today are very interesting on hand evaluation, on cards that work for you. And I'd like to know how all of you did, or if any of you want to ask me questions on them, because I did put those hands in for you. I thought they'd be very good. All right. So on hand 9, we always open the higher of 2 5-card suits. You always open 1 diamond. It's going to go pass by east, 1 spade by south, pass by west, 2 clubs by north. So far, partner takes us for 9 cards, 5 diamonds, and 4 clubs. That's all we've shown partner and an opening hand. Now we have to do something on this hand, and we have invitational values, and we do have the heart stopper. So on this hand, it's correct to bid 2 no trump. Partner, I have 11, 12 points, and I do have a heart stopper. That describes your hand. You can't bid anything else but 2 no. 5, 3, 3, 2. You bid clubs and diamonds. I have hearts and spades. North does not like no trump. North now bids the second suit twice. Second suit twice shows at least 10 or 11 cards in the minors. Either 5-5 or 6-5. But you always show shape in this situation when you have a singleton in the unbid suit. It's not a very good idea to go 3-no with a singleton. It's really a poor show to do that. Show your 10 cards. And now it's all a matter of hand evaluation. Let's look at the cards that work for us. The club suit are working cards. My partner has shown me 10 cards. Now, out of the other 3 cards that are left remaining, I have 2 aces. That means she's either going to have 3 hearts and no spades, or 2 hearts and 1 spade, or 2 spades and 1 heart. I don't know what she has. But I can cover those 3 suits, those 2 unbid suits. I have 3 card diamond support. I never want to play no trump on this hand with only aces in the unbid suits. And knowing my king jack of clubs are working cards, they're not in the heart suit, they're in the suit my partner showed, 5 cards. I'm going to just bid 5 diamonds. And that's all on hand evaluation by counting out the remaining 3 cards in the opener's hand. You're covering them with 2 aces. Are there any questions on this bidding?
You mentioned that North has shown his partner 5 diamonds and 4 clubs.
And when they bid 2 clubs.
Otherwise, that could just be 4
No,
diamonds.
it wouldn't. You'd be bidding no trump with a flat hand. Unless you were unbalanced. You
And
could
then
be a singleton spade with 4 hearts, 4 diamonds, and 4 clubs. That's the only time you would show that unbalanced hand with 4-4. So we don't know that, but we always take partner for 9 cards, 5 diamonds and 4 clubs on this bidding. Unless partner was a singleton spade and had 4-4-4, or avoiding spades and had 4-5-4. But 2 clubs shows us at least 9 cards, we hope.
Now, could this South's second bid been 2 spades instead of 2 no trump to show the 5th? But the 2 no
2
trump.
Two spades is a drop dead bid.
Oh,
It
okay.
says I'm very weak. I've got a 6 card suit and I have 6 points.
Okay. So 2
I have
is
6
2 no trump's
points.
encouraging the bidding.
Exactly.
Okay.
2 no trump describes your hand.
Okay.
You, the responder, must describe your hand.
Okay.
Okay? You, the
Thank
responder,
you.
must describe your hand. Any other questions? Melinda. Melinda, you're asking me a question.
How did you get to 5 diamonds when North only bid 1 diamond? They could have had only three diamonds, correct?
No, they can't, because they bid 2 suits. And then when they bid the second suit again, they're guaranteeing at least 5-5 or 6-5.
Okay, thank you.
That's how you show shape. Shape's very important. All right, so we're going to get the lead. Obviously, we're going to lead the king of hearts, the unbid suit. We bid 3 suits. And we're always going to lead the king of hearts. And we're going to win the ace. And now we've got to count our losers, everybody. Which is the master hand? The hand with the diamonds is the master hand. We always have a spade loser and a diamond loser. The ace of diamonds and a spade. We have no club losers. It looks pretty. So we need to start drawing the children off the streets. I do not want you to ruff any hearts because we're setting up the hand with the long trumps. Now, when you have 4 trumps to an ace, it's very bad play to take the first trick when they play the 10 of diamonds. We're drawing the trumps. And now we hope that they 3 and 2. We'll play the 9 of diamonds. And they'll throw off a heart. And they still shouldn't take the ace of diamonds. When you've got ace to 4, you should duck it. It makes it much harder for people to control their hand. Now I know that they had 4 diamonds and now I have a problem. The diamonds did not break. So if the diamonds didn't break, the clubs aren't going to break. I have 7 between me. So I expect the clubs not to divide 3 and 3. Let's get the clubs unblocked now. King of clubs. Unblock the clubs and don't expect them to break. Expect them to break 4 and 2. Just get them out of your way. Once you get the clubs out of your way, because you're setting up your hand with the lovely clubs, okay? Now we have no problem. The clubs are out of our way. Now play the 8 of diamonds, all right? And they play a heart. You play the king, and they take the ace. And they are going to play the queen of hearts. Do we all agree? They don't know whether you have 2 hearts and 1 spade or 1 spade and 2 hearts. You trumpet. There's one little child running around. Queen of diamonds. Take that last child off the streets. And now you're on easy street. All you have to do is take your 3 clubs and your ace of spades, and you give them 1 spade and you make the hand. You will not make this hand if you do not take your clubs first, because then you're going to land up in trouble. The clubs do not break. And once the clubs don't break, you're going to go down. You must unblock. Remember, if one suit doesn't break, don't expect the other suit to divide. Any questions, everybody? Any questions? It was a hard hand.
What
But
was
you've
the
got to
reason for
work
taking?
on, you've got to work on the shape.
What was the reason for the East to take the ace and keep the 4? What about just having them do 1 more round of trump?
It doesn't matter. Then you're just
Okay.
going to leave you with the ace and you can take it when you like. You're going to run all your clubs and it doesn't matter.
Okay.
But I want all of you to remember that anytime you have ace 4 times, you should always duck twice so that maybe they'll lose control of the hand. It makes it too easy to just take the ace the first or second time. It's part of defense. Don't always just take your aces. It makes it very easy for them. Any questions? Are there any other hands you'd like to talk about this evening that you played that you feel maybe I can enlighten you?
Bidding on hand 12, please.
Hand 12, sure. I think some of these hands are so interesting. Okay, well, the pass by west, 1 heart by north. Pass by east, 2 diamonds by south. Now, I don't know how many of you play 2 over 1, but when I have a hand that's a self-sufficient suit like that and my partner bid 2 diamonds, my queen of diamonds is a working card. and I know that my partner has an opening hand opposite an opening hand, if you play 2 over 1, if you play 2 over 1, then you must jump in hearts. You jump to 3 hearts. Jumping in your own suit says to partner, that is the trump suit. I just want to know what ace you have. But if you don't play 2 over 1, I would bid 2 spades. I would pass here and bid 2 spades to show longer hearts and spades. And now, having shown that you've jumped over your first suit, you're showing a very strong hand, because that's called a reverse, skipping over your own suit. It shows a much stronger hand. And here you're going to bid 2 no trump or 3 no trump. And you've got to make the decision. Are you going to go to game? Well, you've already shown 2 at the 2 levels, so why can't we bid 2 no trump to tell partner you've got the club stopper? And now partner will bid 3 hearts to say, partner, I've got 6 hearts. And I've got a really good hand. Well, now looking at this hand, you've got a doubleton heart, okay? And now you can help your partner by bidding 4 clubs. Well, partner, if you're interested, I'm controlling clubs. That says I control clubs. It's at the 4 level, we committed to game. And seeing you showing me that you've got a 6-card heart suit, I might as well show you that I've got the ace of clubs. I'm worried about spades. And you're controlling spades. And now you should be going off to the races. You will go 4 no trump, Blackwood. Why? Because that queen of diamonds is the key card for your hand evaluation, where it's a working queen. It's not outside a suit that we never bid. You'll bid 5 hearts, 2 aces, pass, and you'll bid 6 hearts. And now we'll go to, and that's how we get to 6 hearts on board 12.
Any way to bid it all the way to 7?
7? No. You want to rely on a finesse or rely on the diamonds? You're relying on a spade finesse to make 7. I don't think we should be looking for his finesse. I think 6 is correct. I wouldn't be going for 7 missing a king of spades. But you make 7 just because the cards are perfectly divided.
Yeah, we missed the slam completely. We ended up in 3 no trump, made the finesse and made 7.
Oh my God. No, we have to be in the slam here. But even if you don't play 2 over 1, bidding 2 spades shows a great shape and a good hand.
Well, I was sitting south and I responded to the 1 heart opener. I jumped straight to 3 no trump, and that was a mistake. So
I never do that in bridge, and I'll tell you why. The principle of bridge is the opener describes and the responder decides. I always want to make a bid at the 2 level to hear my opener's rebid. That gives me a lot of leeway as to where I'm going and what I'm going to do. I never go 3 no trump over a major ever in my whole bridge career. Never. Even if I bid a 3-card club suit, I will bid 2 clubs. I always want to hear my opener's rebid. I never do that over a major, ever. Never.
So Linda, quick question for you. You said that the opener describes and the responder decides, but here north, the opener is the one taking control with a 4 no trump bid.
Only afterwards, because you did describe. You showed partner a very strong hand when you jumped over your heart suit.
Okay.
So once you've described to me that you're good, and I've got ace, king, ace, and a fit in hearts, I want to show my partner, in case my partner's interested, that I've got control of the unbid suit.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
And he did describe. That to me is the most important thing. Any other hands? I haven't looked at them, but there's some really very good hands. Are there any others you'd like to talk about?
Does Melinda have a question?
I have a question.
Yes.
Linda, could you explain the 2 over 1 bid?
Right. In 2 over 1, this is very important. when you play 2/1, and you, the opener, jump in a suit, your own suit, that sets the trump suit. It says, partner, this is my trump suit. All I want from you is your first available ace. It's a self-sufficient suit. It stands all on its own, opposite a void. And it's got to be what adds up to 10. Remember, we did it in the past. We add up the length of the suit, which is 6, plus not the points, but the number of honors is 4. That equals 10. That is called a self-sufficient suit. So it will go 1 heart, 2 diamonds, 3 hearts. Partner, this is trumps. Please show me your first ace. And that's how you play it in 2/1.
Thank you.
My pleasure. If I open a diamond and you bid 2 clubs and I jump to 3 diamonds, I've set the trump suit. That's trumps. I don't have to go jumping around in 2/1 because all suits are forcing. Okay? Any other hands you want to talk about this evening? Everybody was good?
I have a question.
Yes.
What do you prefer, 2/1 or not 2/1?
Well, let's put it this way. It's much more comfortable to play 2/1, so we don't have to get too high, and we know when we're going to game. I won't say it's the ideal situation, but it's certainly better than just standard American. But I teach beginners all day long, and I do not wish to teach 2/1 to beginners at all. I think they need to know the basis of bridge. Wherever they go, whether it's a country club or on a ship, all these people don't play 2/1, and therefore you should be playing basic bridge. When you come to play duplicate bridge and you want to streamline your game, that's the time to start switching over from standard American into 2/1. But as a beginner, I do not teach 2/1. I think that's far too complicated for a beginner to understand forcing no trump, etc., etc.
That's what I want to ask a quick question. For those of us who do play 2/1, do you prefer to use a forcing 1 no trump or a semi-forcing?
Semi-forcing without a doubt.
Thank you.
love Larry Cohen's 2/1 semi-forcing. I teach it to everyone that I do teach 2/1 because I love his invitational jumps. There is nothing better. It blocks the opponents out. They can't come in the bidding, and you've described your hand. Semi-forcing without a question of a doubt with invitational jumps.
Thank you.
It's wonderful.
That'll help me at the club. Bye.
Okay. Any other questions? Yes, Francine. I'm waiting for you, Francine. You're muted. You have to unmute, darling. Unmute. And then I can hear you.
Yeah.
There you go.
Sorry
Okay.
about that. Could we look at board 2?
Board 2. Okay. Let's look at it and see what happens on board 2. You want to get the bidding or the play of the hand?
The bidding.
Okay. So East is going to open 1 spade. South's going to pass. And now we're going to bid 2 spades. And I think that North wants to come in the bidding with a club bid for a lead. 3 clubs. The whole purpose of coming in the indirect seat is for the lead. I think it's very important that you come in when you want a lead directing bid. And now we need to look at the hand from the East point of view. We've got 15 high card points and we've got 2 doubletons. That gives us 17. We also have a 6-card suit that partner didn't know about. So knowing that we have no wasted points in clubs on this hand, no wasted points in clubs. I want everyone to remember when it comes to the opponent's overcalling, as long as you have no wasted cards in their suit, your hands improve. I'm going to go to game on this hand. Why? Number one, I have a 6th spade my partner doesn't know I have. Number two, I have 2 doubletons. So this makes my hand worth bidding 4 spades. And I'm going to bid 4 spades on the hand.
I didn't.
And that's what we should be in. Did everybody get to 4 spades?
No,
No?
no.
Okay, let's look at the evaluation of that hand, please.
Yeah.
You've got high card points. You've got 15. When your partner supports you, okay, you now count your doubletons. That gives you 17. Now, your partner bid hearts, so the ace looks like a working card. It's not in the club suit. I have no wasted points in clubs. Also, I have a 6 spade. That partner doesn't know I've got. And having that extra card that partner doesn't know, I upgrade my hand and I bid again. I love this hand. The more they bid, the better my hand becomes. So that's how I get to game on this hand. And what do we lose? We're losing 2 clubs for sure. And everything depends where the ace of diamonds is located. If the ace is under the king, we lose 1 diamond trick. We may lose 2 diamonds, but we can set up the hearts, everybody. We're going to have to find out where that ace of diamonds is, and that's what counts. So we have got 3 losers. We've got 2 diamond losers, 2 diamonds and 2 clubs. So our only chance is to get going on the heart suit and using your spades as your entries to set up the hearts. You've got the ace, the queen, the 10, and the 9. And this is how the play should go. 5 of clubs. You want me to play it? Do you want me to play it?
Yes.
Yes.
We've lost 2 clubs. They're coming back a diamond. You put up the king. They come back the 10. And now we've got to lose a diamond trick. We mustn't give up. Before you draw the children off the streets. We have a 5-2 fit. We want the hearts to break 3 and 3. But if they don't break 3 and 3 and they break 4 and 2, we've still got a possibility of setting up the 5th heart. So before we draw trumps, everybody, take your ace of hearts, and you're going to use your trumps as your vehicle, as your taxi, to set up the heart suit. Now, I don't know if they're breaking, but I have the ace, the queen, the 10, and the 9. I'm going to rough it with the queen, just in case. And they aren't breaking. That's not a problem, right? Let's play a little spade to the jack. And we're going to rough this heart with the ace of spades. Now, I don't know if the spades are going to break. I had a 6-3 fit. So either they're 2-2 or they're 3-1. So to take out insurance, I'm going to play the 10 of spades first. Then I'm going to play a spade to the king. And now I've set up my little 7 of hearts, and I'm going to throw my diamond away.
Beautiful.
And now I'm making the contract. Do you like that hand? I think that's such fun.
That's excellent.
Does that look easy?
Thank you very much.
Was that fun?
Yep, was good.
Okay.
But now that's a case where you roughen the long hand in order to
Yes,
set up a
I
suit.
have to. Long suits bring in tricks. What else am I going to do?
Right, so you're
I
gonna
have to
rough
change
the
my way
set-
of thinking. I have to. I've got no choice because I've already got 3 losers gone and I'm looking at another loser. So now I've got to switch horses. If the ace of diamonds was on my right, I would set up my hand. But once the ace was over my king, I had to now set up the dummy. Now I had to go for my heart suit, and that's how I did it. I went for my hearts. So I had to change, you know.
But you use the dummy roughing to promote the heart.
I used the dummy as a vehicle.
Master hand.
Right. I had to do that. I had no choice. Any other hands? None? Does anybody, I'll stop sharing the screen. I'm just going to put in the chat for you again, so you can see the hands, so you can get a copy of the lesson of the hands if you came in late. Can you all see the hands? Not yet. There you go. So for anybody who didn't get a copy, I'm just putting them in now. Are there any other questions, everybody? Any questions? Okay, well, I hope you've enjoyed today. We are going to do past hand bidding on Thursday, and I look forward to seeing you then. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Linda.
Thank
Wonderful
you.
as always.
Thank you. I'm pleased you had a good time. I did.
We did.
Okay, thanks. Bye.